Alright guys, just finished up this 2023 Trailboss. Did this one a little bit different. It's got the King 2.5 series coilovers up front and the 2.5 Resi shocks in the rear. We did have to preload these 5 rounds per King. So that's pretty much going to be max on this setup as far as how much it can be adjusted up. That did put us dead level on this setup with the 5.3. Now if you've got the diesel or something like that, you're probably still going to be a little bit nose down, and according to King, they don't recommend going over 5 turns on your preload. We also use the Dirtking upper control arms. And then you've got your Resi that mounts down under here. I'll show you a little more on that. And then you've got your adjustments there. Your adjustment knob is going to be right in here. We've got a 17 by 8.5 negative 12 RRW wheels, 35 1250 BFG KO2s. Real cool looking setup here. Now this is not going to be a full kit, like it's not going to come with your cross members, your new steering knuckles, diff drop. It's just going to be the coilover. So this is going to ride a little bit stiffer than doing a full like 2.5 inch BDS kit. It's also not going to be quite as high. We ended up with about 1.5 inches of lift out of the front. And again, that is on a Trailboss. You can use this kit on a non-Trailboss as well to achieve the same look. Alright, so as far as trimming on this one, we had to do a mud flap delete. These are going to be the McGaughy's mud flap delete kits. We did have to anchor the felt liner back here. Customer didn't want any of this trimmed, so we just anchored it back to the crash bar that's back here. I don't know if you can see that from here or not, but it gave us just enough clearance so the tire doesn't touch. On the front, we did have to trim some of the inner plastics through here. And there's a brace that comes back here. We also trim that, and then we re-anchor the felt liner to the support that's behind it. None of the valence down here had to be trimmed. And that's going to be about it on your trimming. Now I do like to always mention that if you do have a GMC, your variations on trimming could change. If you have the diesel that's a little heavier, it could be a little lower in the front. You also may have to do a little more trimming, so those are all things to consider. I love how the Resis are mounted outboard. While these are a pain to install, as you have to fish them between the bed and the frame, they look really awesome once they're done. And again, you're going to have your adjustments here. If I can get you down here to show you more of the shop. Now there is no rear lift other than what comes factory on the Trailboss, which is going to be that 2-inch block. In the front, you can see you can have a little bit steeper axle and tie rod angle here, just because it's not a full kit. It's just going to be the coilover that's giving you the lift. You're going to have no front cross members, but it is going to have a lot more ground clearance this way. If I can get you in here to show you more of this Resi. It just kind of mounts right up under here. Got a bracket that attaches to the frame there. Really cool setup. Now these arms are also adjustable. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got heims here and here, so you can fine-tune your camber and caster in addition to being able to adjust it on the lower control arms like from the factory. And this is a uniball setup as well. I personally prefer a ball joint over a uniball. Uniballs can cause some noises. They are stronger, but they can cause noises just because they don't have an external boot that maintains grease on the ball at all times. Alright guys, that's going to be it on this one. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more.